So yesterday we hosted our first Twitter chat of the month with Brittany Berger, and seeing as the topic was video content, I thought I'd recap with a video. So the first question we asked our Quuu chatters was whether they were creating as much video content as they'd like to be, and if not, what was holding them back. So the two main things that were holding people back were time and being camera shy, which might not surprise you if you've ever tried to create video content. And even Brittany, who from the outside looks like she's got video content completely sussed, admitted to wanting to try and find a more efficient process, something that took her less time to create. Now, of course, the reason we ask these questions at our Quuu chats is so that we can all work together to find solutions. And people offered collectively 2 solutions to these problems. So if you're feeling a bit camera shy, a good option to start off with is just to do voice recordings over screencasts. That way you don't actually have to be on camera. And secondly, if you feel like you don't have that much time to create video content, maybe just try going live. That doesn't require that much forward planning or editing afterwards. So next up, where should you use video content in your business? Well, the answer was basically everywhere. Brittany says that she uses video content to grow her audience and her email list, but that you can also use it much further down the funnel. So for example, sales, product pages, customer support. And I really like the fact that our Quuu chatter, Dan Shaw, made the point that just because video is really hot right now, it doesn't mean you have to do it. Focus on your strengths and think about what works for your business. And if you are going to create video content, make sure that it stands out in the crowd. So our next question was, how do you come up with ideas for video content? And Brittany recommends that if you're new to video, that you start out repurposing content. So think about your existing content and what's worked for you in the past, and then see video as something that will supplement this and give it a boost. Alternatively, you can take a completely different approach. So our Quuu chatter Maria Marchuka said that she really likes Gary Vee's document, don't create approach to video. So it can be something as simple as just capturing your day. And we've actually found at Quuu that this works really well for things like Instagram stories. So we recently hosted an Instagram takeover with Hopper HQ, and they did a fantastic day in the life story for us about their recent remote working trip to Thailand. But really the main point here, as Brittany said, is that content is content. So just brainstorm for video like you would for blog posts or social or any other form. Next up was the question that I'm sure everyone was dying to find out the answer to. How do you overcome camera shyness? So Brittany told us that when she started out with her video content journey, she started off small, just talking over screencasts. Then she moved on to Instagram stories, and then Facebook live videos in closed groups. And now she feels comfortable tackling long form content. Then the rest of our Quuu chatters just advised to practice, practice, practice. The more you do it, the more you get over things like worrying about what you look like or what you sound like. And Claire Trevian also made the really good point that sometimes it's easier to just film yourself. You don't have an audience. See, there's no one around, just me. So it doesn't really matter if you mess up. Of course, you might just not want to be on camera, which is totally fair enough. So if that's you, there are lots of alternatives. As well as talking over screencasts, which we've already mentioned, you could record someone else, maybe do an interview, you could broadcast a live event, or you could play around with using text over stock images and create an animated video. Buffer are really good at doing this, so I'd recommend checking their videos out on social. We also had another really creative idea come out of our Quuu chat, which I really liked, from Eleanor Christensen, who suggested doing a Draw My Lifestyle video where you explain your ideas by drawing them on a whiteboard, which I thought was really cool. Throughout the Quuu chat, we had countless tools recommended, and there are far too many for me to list them all here. But Brittany did recommend using iMovie for editing and ScreenFlow if you're a beginner, and also Rev for transcriptions and captions. But aside from fancy devices and apps, sometimes it's just the simple things that can make a difference. So our Quuu chatter, Mrs. Brandy, reminded us that a tripod can be a really worthwhile investment. Also, having natural light makes a difference, and just anything that will make you feel good about yourself. So that might be a playlist of some of your favourite tunes, or maybe for the ladies some makeup, or actually for men too. So the final question at our Quuu chat was, which channel works best for video content right now? This is a point that always comes up at our Twitter chats, and really the answer is that it just depends what works best for you. So think about where your audience is and what you're actually trying to achieve through your video content. For someone like Brittany, who's creating evergreen content with her video, repurposing old blog posts for example, YouTube makes a lot of sense. But if you're trying to increase your social audience and drive engagement, then Facebook Live, Instagram and LinkedIn are probably your best bets. We hope you learned as much from our Quuu chat as we did, and a big thank you to Brittany and everyone else who joined. It was a really, really good chat. We'll be hosting another one on Tuesday the 27th of March with more details about that coming soon. So hope to see you there. Bye!